Rising gas prices makes people desperate. You wouldn't know that from watching television because most of the people who bring you the news don't know what the price of gas is, and a lot of them don't care because they don't drive themselves. But the rest of the country cares very deeply what the price of gas is. And in some places, the problem is so bad, gas prices are so expensive, that thieves have taken to drilling holes in gas tanks to steal it.
With the national average at $4.33 a gallon, a troubling new trend is on the rise: gas theft. Crimes of opportunity now happening across the country.
Criminals are targeting unattended vehicles for gas, but they're not going in through here. Instead, they're drilling holes from underneath your car and draining your tank.
And once the tank is drilled, it can't be fixed. Getting a new one could cost drivers more than $1,000.
Contrary to what you may have learned from Sandy Cortez's TikTok feed, the internal combustion engine is not a sin. It's not the basis of a moral crisis. It is a miracle upon which all civilization rests. Your Amazon package arrives because of gasoline. So does your Uber Eats. You can fly to see your relatives across the country because of gasoline. So when the price of gasoline rises, everyone is affected, no matter who they voted for and no matter whether they notice it directly or not. Here's how people in the state of Texas are reacting to the rising gas prices.
Gas has reached an all-time record high, and here in Dallas, Texas, it's $4.19 a gallon. Let's go talk to Texans and see what they think about these prices.
They're high, real high. It's absurd. It's ridiculous.
You're spending more money to make money, so it's hard.
But it's outrageous, you know.
It's kind of outrageous, not gonna lie to you.
They've been high for a long time, now they too high.
Will the capital of Ukraine fall to the Russians? We certainly hope not. Americans care about that. How high will gas get? Americans care about that even more. They care deeply because it affects their lives so dramatically. And yet the coverage of this is not proportionate. You almost never hear anybody asked, what do you think of the price of gas? But if you leave the TV studios of New York, Los Angeles, and Washington, you will find people really do care. Every product in this country, with some exceptions, but not that many, is delivered thanks to gasoline. And that means with rising gas prices, all products become more expensive. The cheapest washing machine you can buy at, say, Best Buy in South Carolina right now, $450. Furniture and bedding across the country is 17% more expensive than it was a year ago. 12 months ago, a 28 cubic foot Samsung stainless steel fridge was selling for $1,700 at Home Depot. It's now $2,000. And so on, for everything, and particularly for vehicles. The average price of a used car is up more than 30% nationally. It's up 35% in Massachusetts and Tennessee. It's up 38% in Florida and Maryland. It's up 40% or more in Louisiana, New York, Montana, and North Dakota. That means the average cost of a used car in the state of Montana is now more than $42,000 for a used car, some with high mileage. By comparison, last March, the average used Toyota sold for $20,000. The average used Toyota now goes for $28,000. These are real numbers with real effects. To restate, the standard of living of Americans who for almost 100 years have enjoyed the world's highest standard of living in any big country is plummeting. So what's the administration doing to fix this? What are they doing to help? Well, of course, that depends upon whether or not you're Ukrainian. If you are, they can help you. If you're not, our transportation secretary recommends you take the bus.
We do have a lot of capacity in public transit, and that's something that, I hope becomes a means of choice. We need to make sure that there is less pressure on family budgets from transportation, which is often the second biggest budget item after housing itself. One of the tools that we have in our toolkit to do that is to make sure there's access to excellent public transportation.
Take the bus? Yeah, homeless schizophrenics have been doing it for generations. Why shouldn't you? You can't afford to drive. That's the transportation secretary. So maybe the first question would be, what are you going to do about gas prices, pal? The roads are falling apart. Maybe you could fix that. No! One of the tools in our toolkit is you can ride the bus with the crazy people, and you'll like it.